Hello beautiful souls, it's Kerry and I have the full moon forecast. We have another full moon. They just keep coming around about every 29 days, and so this one is on the 13th of May at 2:25 a.m. in the morning Adelaide time, and so in the UK it'd be on the 12th of May, and it's at the 23rd degree of Scorpio. And the Sabian symbol associated with this degree, which is a bunny changing into a nature spirit or fairy. So there's a process of metamorphosis that's going on. Now, this is fitting in with the theme of the awakening and the great evolution of humanity up to higher forms of consciousness. We must each all process our darkness, integrate our shadow, and send out love and light to the world. Having done that, it's very hard to do it if you're still locked into all the negativity, etc. If you're struggling, ask your guides to help. Ask your God to help. This is the ideal opportunity for many reasons, and I'll show you the chart so it may assist you in understanding why. Also, I would like to say that there's a yod, an important yod here. Now, a yod is an angle, a configuration. So you have two planets which are in what's called an inconjunct aspect, which is 150 degrees. So the moon is up here at the 23rd degree of Scorpio. Over here in Aries at the 25th degree of Aries, we have Chiron, which is the wounded healer. Over here on in Gemini, we have Jupiter at the 24th degree of Gemini. The Sabian symbol associated with this placement of Jupiter is children skating on thin ice or on ice. So this is about taking risks. Sometimes to have fun and have an adventure, you have to take some risks. Life involves risk. And also, it's a new experience, skating on ice. Water is generally fluid and comes out of taps and out of the sky. We can't do that much with it in that form, but when it's frozen, it gives us an opportunity to experience something in a new kind of way, and that's what this full moon is reminding us of. So there's opportunities for healing. Chiron was the wounded healer, and where we each carry a wound somewhere, and the placement of Chiron indicates how that works for us in our chart and in our life. So the Sabian symbol associated with the placement of Chiron here is a double meaning and a double promise. So we have to look at the duality of situations. Now, I'm going to be asleep when this full moon is exact. So what I'm going to say is sometimes our healing takes place when we're asleep, in the dream state. Who knows where we go? Who knows what different dimensions we can enter in that state? So take advantage of it. The other thing I'd like to say, over here we have the ascendant, and we have the 25th degree of Pisces rising there, which is the purging of the priesthood. Now, what this means is the removal of false thoughts, false beliefs, etc. Jupiter co-rules Pisces, and Jupiter is one of the planets involved in this yod here. So this is really a statement about, this is always what I kind of summarize things down to, is get yourself connected to the grid. Get yourself connected to your God, right? We each are embodied souls, and our soul has connections to higher dimensions. We don't know exactly where, we have a geographical location where we're physically grounded on the earth in a particular location. Our soul may have connections to places other people's souls don't have connections to. So we really need to be connected on the grid to through our family tree, through our ancestral line, through our family soul group, and through our guides and angels and the spirit beings that assist us in the work that we do. So this is about finding your soul tribe, taking responsibility for the fact that you're more than just a body here waiting to die. And that we are each accountable for how we spend our life and the actions that we take, with the karmic consequences for what we do. Over here we have the planet Saturn. Saturn is about time. It's about form, so structure, skeleton. That's the underlying infrastructure of our body. and it's time. So time is the one resource we can't get more of. So we have to use our time wisely. And it's conjunct the North Node, which is our collective destiny. It's the direction that we're all going in collectively. So we are each being invited as a collective to step up, to take responsibility, and to leave the kind of karmic consequences to a higher power, and not feel like we've got to get revenge or set things right. Things will work out in a wonderful way. There is divine justice. So focusing on your own spiritual growth, your own spiritual being, what's coming from your heart, what you're resonating out there is really important. I've heard that one person who's spiritually elevated can actually impact on a whole suburb, on all of the surrounding people around them, and help elevate them. So always do your best work, people. You may not be that interested in looking at the chart because it has an astrological and a metaphysical meaning, but just for those that do like to see the chart, I'll just hold it up so that you can see it. And up here we have the planet Pluto, beg your pardon, over that side. I'm looking in reverse. This is Pluto is over here. It's at the 4th degree of Aquarius. And this is a Hindu healer. So this is about higher consciousness. You think about the healers. This is an ancient tradition. It's about transcending the body. It's about reaching up to those higher dimensions, practicing spiritual practices like meditation, and allowing those higher powers and higher purposes to land in us. We have to raise our vibration in order to be able to integrate with the spiritual beings. So I hope that was helpful. So think about this. A snake can't move forward. It can't progress once it outgrows its skin. It dies. If that skin doesn't shed, it dies. So if you think about a bunny metamorphosizing into a fairy or a nature spirit, it's about crossing dimensions, okay? Now, I'm from Ireland, and in Ireland, the fairy people, the fairy folk, are very much a part of daily life. They're not kind of seen as something you just read about in a book. They are very entrenched in Irish culture, tradition, mythology, and experience. So this idea that we share dimensions with other beings is not unusual to people from my tradition. And also the Druidic tradition, which preceded Christianity. So interestingly, the Jupiter is a square to the ascendant, and it's also, there were some other things going on in the Vatican chart that I had a look at. I'll have to do another podcast about that because I don't like these to go on for too long. People lose interest. But if you'd like more, if you find these podcasts interesting, please follow. Don't just view my profile. I always get a lot of views. Hit the follow bar and you'll get more great updates. I always do my best to bring some interest to the topics and also for them to be educational. Take care, lovelies, and enjoy this full moon. Oh, actually, you might want to do a little ritual. Being Scorpio, now, I would suggest that on the world stage, there will be more revelations coming out, perhaps deep secrets, corruption. You know, Scorpio is where all the kind of secret stuff gets hidden away. It's the things, it's the mysteries as well. It's the kind of those portals between life and death. It's a very deep and passionate sign and very loyal, but you don't want to mess with Scorpios because they never forget. Pluto rules Scorpio, actually, as does Mars. And so we want to put that energy into the transformation. You don't want to get stuck in the darkness. If you're finding that you're getting triggered by stuff that's getting disclosed, just realize that darkness is in each one of us. But for the grace of God, we could easily go down the wrong track. We could easily get sucked into some kind of flaw in our character, which then allows dark entities to have control. So if you're feeling stuck, you're feeling like there are things going on you can't control, perhaps you've got addictions, or perhaps you're really struggling with some of your thoughts or whatever, call upon those in the other dimensions of the light. Call upon the beings of the light. Heal me where I need to heal is the perfect prayer. Take care, lovelies.